me more about this space.
Well, the ReStore is a really special part of the city of Edmonton. And we have 3 ReStores in the city, and they're part of Habitat for Humanity. And we would not be able to help families achieve the dream of home ownership without our ReStores. Everything in the ReStore is donated. And so we take donated material from wonderful, generous people, whether they're companies or individuals, and then we sell them and we save them from going to the landfill.
Walk me through some of the things I could get here if I came out.
Well, you know what? Every day at the ReStore could be a little bit different. And today we have just a quick sort of display here. I mean, this is a compressor, and anybody that knows, that could be a valuable thing, whether they're just a handyman or they're a professional. This obviously is getting ready for spring, and look, we get antiques. Certain days we have more antiques than others. I remember using one of these many years ago. I don't want to say my age, but that's what it is.
There's a birdhouse back there.
And this is really quite interesting because we have volunteers that take lumber material that would go to the landfill, and they make creative things with it. And so somebody made this little birdhouse, and in fact we have several of them. And then we put it on the floor and we sell it. And again, it helps us serve families. Safety equipment, Habitat for Humanity, Edmonton is always about safety, and a lot of different corporations, they donate this stuff to us, and so then we can sell it. This reminds me of, we built a Habitat house in Portugal. And when I look at this is exactly the type of tiles you will see if you go into any bathroom in Portugal. And so, again, this brand new tile, and we have all different kinds of variety of it. This, years and years ago, this was a treasure, and people used to collect these things. But I'm sure other people, they still collect them. And so this is a really nice vase, all right? It's $20. So it's a treasure. So it's a treasure for the people that decide to buy it, but it's a real treasure for Habitat for Humanity because when somebody does buy it, it helps us serve families.
You say help, and for a dozen years you've been in charge of this organization in our community.
Yeah.
What does that work mean to you?
The truth is, there are so many families in the greater Edmonton area that still struggle from month to month. They work, they have a job, but after they pay their rent, there isn't much left over. And so when they get their paycheck, they have what I call an unbelievable or an impossible decision to make. The decision is, do I buy groceries or do I pay the rent? And they always pay the rent because they don't want their children on the street. And so immediately we can help those families because we sell them a house. They buy their house, they're homeowners, but we only charge them 25% of their income. So that gives them a living wage immediately. And so those families that are struggling from month to month, not knowing whether they can buy their kids clothes or groceries, they can make that decision. And that's the short-term benefit. And the long-term benefit is that they own their home. And every month they make that payment, it's a 0% interest payment, it's equity for their future. That's what Habitat for Humanity does all over the world. And we do it really, really well here in the greater Edmonton area. And so we're really, really proud of that.
Well, thanks for having us.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
That's Alfred Nikolai with Habitat for Humanity in our Edmonton. We took some photos we wanted to share with you. Tons of those birdhouses and other volunteer creations to be had. Whole bunch of letters we found in the sign section. Some of the ReStore staffers around to help. Our John Robertson trying out one of the couches. Here's the donation warehouse. Where do you want us to explore next for you? You can drop your location suggestions to Our Edmonton at CBC.ca, or you can tweet me your location pic to @Adrienne Lamb CBC.